Comparing the Beatles' Twist and Shout to the Kid LAROI's Stay. The Beatles' version of Twist and Shout, based on the Isley Brothers version, was published on their first UK album, Please Please Me, and John Lennon sang the lead vocals and was originally embarrassed by his performance because "I could sing better than that," but it no longer bothers him. "You can see I'm just a nervous man trying his hardest." A second take was attempted, but Lennon ran out of time, so it was cancelled. Twist and Shout by the Beatles have been dubbed the most renowned single take in rock history. Perhaps the most magnificent rock and roll vocal and instrumental performance of all time, says Mark Lewison. In today's video, we will contrast the Beatles' Twist and Shout with the Kid LAROI's Stay. We will discuss the number of weeks each song spent in the charts, as well as the song structure and lyrics of both songs. So stay tuned until the end of the video and subscribe to our channel. On March 2nd, 1964, the song was released as a single in the United States, with There's a Place serving as the B-side. It was published on the Tolly label by Chicago-based VJ Records and peaked at number 2 on April 4th during a week when the top 5 singles on the list were all Beatles. It was the only million-selling Beatles cover single in the United States, as well as the only Beatles cover to enter the top 10 on a national record chart, and the song failed to reach number 1 since the group's own follow-up single, Can't Buy Me Love, was at the top of the charts. This song was composed primarily in verses, making it unique on this album as well as in the entire Beatles library. For the sake of consistency, we shall refer to the bridge as the instrumental solo section as well as the vocal arpeggio of the song, because it divides the second and third verses and relieves the tension built in the first 2 verses. This places the song in the same general pattern as the rest of the album, namely verse, verse, bridge, verse, or AABA. But there's more to it than that. This piece begins with a 4-bar musical opening that builds anticipation. We then launch into the first exciting stanza, which consists of 16 bars of call and response delivery. The second 16-bar stanza immediately follows, changing the lyrics solely in the second part of the verse. The bridge comes next, which is actually a 2-part piece of the song totaling 14 bars. The first 8 bars of the song are an instrumental solo, while the last 6 bars include the song's climax vocal arpeggio, which leads immediately back into the third verse, which is identical to the first verse. Until this point, the song structure is similar to the Isley Brothers classic, which encouraged the Beatles to play it. And at this point in the song, the Beatles modify Isley's rendition to create an appropriate conclusion suitable for performing it on stage. And this was required due to the fade-out vamping that finishes the song on the Isley Brothers record. The Beatles do the 6 bars of vamping to mimic what the Isleys did at the end of their version of the song, but then they go into an extra 5 bars to partially repeat the climatic arpeggio before creating a rousing revolve emphasized with tight triplets. The song's top position was 2nd, and it peaked on April 4th, 1964. It was on the charts for a total of 26 weeks. And Stay is a song by Kid LAROI, an Australian rapper and vocalist, and Justin Bieber, a Canadian singer. It was released on July 9th, 2021 as the lead single, 6th overall, off LAROI's Reloaded mixtape, F Love 3 Over You, via Grade A Productions and Columbia Records. The song was written by LAROI and Bieber in collaborations with Han, F&Z members Fnatic and Zach, and producers Kashmir Cat, Charlie Puth, Omir Fedi, and Blake Slatkin. The song is the 2 musicians' second collaboration following Bieber's song Unstable off his 6th studio album, Justice. LAROI shared a clip of the song on Instagram live broadcast on September 20, 2020, followed by a longer snippet and higher quality that was presented on Rolling Loud livestream on October 29th of 2020. And on May 31st of 2021, Bieber's part of the song was released. And on June 2nd, 2021, the song was leaked in its entirety on a Discord server. Stay is LAROI's first big single release as a lead artist in 2021, and Bieber's first major release as a lead artist since the April 2021 release of his second extended play, Freedom. Scooter Braun, who has been Bieber's manager since the beginning of his career, became LAROI's manager on June 3rd, 2021 until LAROI left to join Adam Leber at Rebel Management on September 27th of 2021. Before its released, LAROI had the song for approximately a year. He wrote the song while staying at the home of producer Charlie Puth, Omir Fedi, and Blake Slatkin. Puth played the song's melody on the keyboard, but LAROI liked it and wanted to import it into the production software Pro Tools to use it in a song. It was perhaps the most organic approach of making a song I've ever done, he said. And LAROI thought Bieber would sound wonderful, so he went to Bieber's recording studio. They finished recording the song, but Bieber was unsure whether his voice sounded okay or not. Stay peaked at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming LAROI's debut and Bieber's 7th chart topper. The song also topped on the Billboard Global 200 chart, and it also topped the charts in 22 other countries, including Australia and Canada, as well as Germany, India, the Netherlands, New Zealand, Norway, South Korea, and Sweden. In addition, it reached the top 10 in more than 18 nations. It is the fastest song to hit 2 billion streams mark on Spotify. The song earned the ARIA Award for Best Pop Release at the 2021 ARIA Music Awards, and LAROI and Bieber both won the ARIA Award for Best Music Artist. The song won Song of the Year at the APRA Music Awards in 2022. Stay combines pop rap, pop rock, and synth pop. And critics compare the song Stay by Kid LAROI and Justin Bieber to Twist and Shout by the Beatles. What do you think about the song Stay? Do you think it's similar to the song Twist and Shout? Let us know in the comment section below. It's in the key of D major, with piano keys, powerful drumming, and splattering synths. The song's spine is an upward darting keyboard riff created on a Roland Juno 60 synthesizer owned by producer Blake Slatkin, which eventually forms the chorus melody on a minor 6. LAROI and Bieber alternate between head and chest voice over a recurrent melodic cell. The New York Times' John Caramanica described the tune as a hyper-slick hybridization of new wave and pop punk. Some critics compared it to the music from Justin Bieber's 6th studio album, Justice, from 2021. Vulture's Justin Curto linked the song sound to Justice single Hold On, as well as album tracks Die For You and Somebody. Chris DeVille of Stereo Gum described it as a post-SoundCloud pop rap, as sparkling Justice-style 80s music. The heartbreak-fueled lyrics of Stay reinforce LAROI's poisonous behavior by setting up a scenario about a problematic relationship in which he is to blame. He sings about broken promises in the chorus before pleading his girlfriend to stay with him. "I do the same thing I told you I'd never do. I told you I'd change even when I knew I couldn't." And according to CBC Music's Robert Rowett, the lines are an admission of weakness, if not a pledge to be better. Similar thoughts are expressed in Bieber's verse, in which he sings about being unable to live without his loved one. "When I'm away from you, I miss your touch. You're the reason I believe in love." The song reaches a climax as LAROI and Bieber combine in the final chorus. And during a successful 2021, the Kid LAROI, actual name Charlton Howard, earned the ARIA and APRA awards and topped the singles and albums charts in the United States and Australia, breaking records along the way. Stay has even spent 7 weeks at the #1 on Billboard's all-genre Hot 100 singles list, as well as 13 non-consecutive weeks at #2. Those 20 weeks at the top of the charts are also a record. So this was all for today. We hope you enjoyed our video, and if yes, then please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Also, tell us in the comments, which song do you like the most, Twist and Shout or Stay? We'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.